You are now tuned into the Cut Game radio show hosted by Groom City.
It's the Cut Game radio show, we let them know we stay true
To the Cut Game.
Yeah, that's how we do. It's the Cut Game radio show, we let them know we stay true
To the Cut Game.
Yeah, that's how we do. It's the Cut Game radio show, we let them know we stay true
To the Cut Game.
Yeah, that's how we do.
The Cut Game radio show
hosted by Groom City.
That's how we do.
Hey, what's going on? It's Groom City, and you're now tuned in to the Cut Game Radio Show, #1 podcast for your hair needs. And right now, I'm not in the Cut Game studio. I'm actually on our mobile situation. I don't know if you guys checked out last week's episode, but car got broken into. A lot of equipment was stolen. The mobile setup was stolen, and some items that we use in the actual Cut Game Radio Show studio was taken. So, kind of set us back, but we've been replacing everything slowly but surely. So I finally put together my mobile setup. I've been doing Skype calls. Let me give y'all an update. I've been doing Skype calls. I've been doing phone call interviews with this mobile setup, and we're efficient right now. So as far as the studio, we're actually making some changes since we had computers taken. Now we on our Mac. We had the PC taken with all of our older episodes, but we rocking on a Mac, but we wanted to go all digital. So we're changing out a lot of equipment just so we can bring y'all amazing sound quality, crystal clear sound quality. We're doing some changes, so give us about 2 weeks. We're going to start having guests again back in the Cut Game Radio Show studio. But for right now, since I had some things taken from me, I had a little bit of downtime. So during that downtime, I wrote down a lot of stuff. So right now, I'm just going to read from my notes. It's been helping me out a lot. Just putting a lot of things in perspective. So hopefully it helps you guys. So I'm going to go straight into it. Always draw boundaries in your relationships with your clients. Now, a lot of times we'll have clients in the chair and we can get close to our clients, because it's a lot of time, support, just people in general. And when you start getting close with your clients, sometimes you can open up the door for them to offend you by crossing boundaries. And to be honest, those boundaries are imaginary because you may have never drew boundaries between your client-barber relationship. So when they overstep those boundaries, so when we're dealing with our clients, make sure you draw clear-cut boundaries between you and the client, so that barber-client relationship be smooth as possible. So another thing I want to share with you guys, don't take on responsibilities that you shouldn't have to. When you're inside of a shop owners, a lot of times the responsibilities will just keep growing. All of a sudden you have more responsibilities than you had before. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't take on responsibilities that's not yours and that you shouldn't have to, especially if those responsibilities fall on the shop owner. Another thing is don't apologize when you need help. When you need help, just humble yourself and just let the person know that's capable of helping you. Just let them know you need help. They can say yes or no. Also, don't be too critical about your mistakes. Once you make a mistake, use it as a teachable moment and keep pushing, especially when you're dealing with haircuts. You're going to make mistakes. Sometimes it's the client, sometimes it's you, sometimes it could be equipment. It can be a whole host of things. But when you do make that mistake, don't sit there and park too long. Just learn from the mistake. If it has something to do with your equipment, then make the necessary changes. If it has something to do with whatever it is, just make those necessary adjustments and just keep pushing. Just keep pushing forward. Also, do not criticize yourself when recognizing positive things in other barbers. You may see a barber, he's doing certain things that you feel is right. You liking the results that the barber is getting, and you immediately look at what they got going on and start to turn it on yourself and criticize your movement, criticize your growth. And we can't do that. That is not healthy. When you see positive things in other barbers, just give them props, whether you know them personally or whether you just follow their movement on social media. Just in your mind, just wish them the best and just continue to move forward. Get inspired by whatever is benefiting their career, whatever they're doing that's getting good results. Find a way to implement it in your setup and just keep pushing. Just wish them the best and you'll see that growth. People develop at different times. So you can't look at someone's time and look at the way they're developing. Because like I said in the first episode, we all a precious stone. So you can't look at what someone is using to process a diamond and try to apply it to you. You may be processing a ruby, or you may be processing another precious stone, and maybe the techniques may not work for you, but you can get inspired by the efforts and make certain adjustments so it can work for you. Also, don't be so easily persuaded to do things that you know is not right for you. You know, when you checking out different techniques and different ways people are doing business, it may not be right for you. So don't be influenced by things that you know do not agree with your system, do not agree with your spirit. Also, don't let your emotions evaluate your future. A lot of times we'll make a mistake, and whatever emotion come from it, maybe you angry, maybe you sad, maybe you just feeling let down. Don't use that lens to evaluate your future. Just know your future is always bright. But if something you did or something caused you to be in a dark state, don't look at your future from that dark state. Just not a good look. It's not healthy. Now we're going to get into some nevers. Never respond to a compliment with negative things about yourself. Never allow someone to make you late. Never anticipate criticism. Never negotiate against yourself, especially when it comes to pricing your services. And never make an agreement without knowing the terms. A lot of times we'll make agreements and not even really know the terms. You don't even know how much it costs, the time it's going to take, nothing. We just make agreements based on how much we want to be involved with it, or how good it sounds at the time. Whatever it is, just never make agreements without knowing the terms. And never assume that someone views you in a negative light. Right there, that's all the notes I had for the last week or two. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe on our YouTube page. Make sure y'all leave a review on our iTunes podcast, the Cut Game Radio Show. We need reviews, y'all. Reviews, it just helps with our iTunes reach and ranking. It's just a good look. So leave those 5-star reviews for the Cut Game Radio Show on iTunes. Y'all stay up, stay groomed, stay elevated, stay on your jet fuel. Cut Game Radio Show. We out.
That concludes our show. Please join us next week as we chop up game and share secrets to success on the Cut Game Radio Show.